Welcome to Everyday Entrepreneurs Everywhere with your host, Chris Parker.
Well, hello, this is Chris Parker. I'm back, and I am with, again, a very special guest, Joanna Picetti, who is actually a congresswoman from Argentina, although she's located in London today, and she's been moving around with all of her different activities.
Thank you so much, Chris. So lovely to be here with you. Thank you for having me. Yes, I am Joanna Picetti from Buenos Aires, Argentina. Right now I am in London. I am congresswoman, but the power system in my country and the government push me away because I am a little bit rebel and always question the rules and well, the conservative of the power system and the politics don't accept this. And because of this, they decided to push me away, create a fake news, spread the fake news in all the entire public opinion in my country. It was very hard for me to leave this situation because with a lie, destroy all my reputation in my country. And create also a court cause to push me away because, of course, the power, the judicial power and the courts responds to the power governments. And after that, I decided to be activist and standing up for the human rights, the women rights, the children rights, because we as a woman and also children are living with our rights violated, and the government does not anything to help us. And because of this, I am here telling with you and stand up for our rights and to help more people and inspire more and more women and also children around the world and young people also. And
can I ask what inspires you and motivates you? Because that sounds like a very sort of brave, almost daring path to follow. What is the motivation for you yourself as a human?
Yes. I am a brave person and so bold, and this just makes me a lot of travels in my life. My motivation is I cannot tolerate the injustice in any form, in any way. It's like a stack, I don't know how do you say in English, one push in your chest, and I can't stand. And when I see an injustice, I always speak up and defend the people because this is my motivation. I don't know why I am feeling this. I am a human being, and I can't tolerate this. Because of this, I decided to work in the public sector and also in the third sector by my position in activism. But yes, the injustices are the things that move me to hack the world, to rock the world, to create a new future together, more resilient, bold, and brave, with the young people in power positions.
Tell me more about your vision of the future, because, and the question is sort of a personal one as well, because although I'm originally American and living here in the Netherlands, and I'm watching the Black Lives Matter, movement happen in the States, the injustice, the sorrow, the anger, and what I'm not hearing enough is what can the future look like? How can the future be better? So I'm really interested in what your view is, your vision for a more equitable future.
Yes, totally agree with you, Chris. It's so sad to see that. But when I see this movement, on one hand, I am feeling very alive because we have the opportunity to create a new future, and a lot of people are in the public opinion, making strikes, and stand up for their rights, their power, but I am feeling that the discrimination is not only with the racists. It's also with the women, with the children, with the migrants, with the refugees. It's a very big problem, more more bigger than the racism, because we are living in a toxic system and we are killing each other as a human beings, and we have to wake up to don't tolerate anymore the violence, because this is the problem that are destroying our service as a human beings, and we cannot live here in the humanity with love and compassion instead the violence. We need to create movements about peace. This is my also my motivation, and I am very, very optimistic person, because in my opinion the coronavirus is an opportunity to create this new future, but we need the people together. We are getting up to realize that we together are stronger, and we can share our experiences and learn each other, as you say. And yes, it is a very, very good time, in my opinion, to create this future, to create communities, and to learn to live in communities, to share experience. This is the important thing.
And what would these movements of peace look like? Because I love the words. I don't feel enough people think that way. People, again, I'm looking from Europe towards the American situation, and I agree it's not only the Black Lives Matter, but it's all of the different underrepresented and abused people. What could a movement of peace look like? How can we do that?
Yes, I am working on that. I don't know how is the best way, but right now I am very committed, because I am member of different communities. You know, Extinction Rebellion, Sunrise Movement, 350.org, so many communities, and I am working to unite all of them, and to realize that the best aim that we have to achieve is the peace movement, because we need to create a new future, no fight against the old system. Forget it, forget it, the past. We need to create a new one. And in my opinion, this is the way. I don't know how. I am working on that. I'm trying all the time to unite different communities, but maybe we need more time. Yes.
Well, I think it will take time. And even though we don't know the answer, that doesn't mean we should stop striving for a better future. So how do you work with these different movements, and because sometimes people are motivated for all sorts of different reasons, and they have different objectives. So that must be, you are in a way a politician, you're a connector, you're a community builder. How do you go about doing that and getting people that have these different views and objectives and start bringing them together into a stronger whole movement?
Yes, it's so hard, but I had in the past, and also right now, I have the experience to work with young people, and the velocity of the technology help us to unite all together in the same time and space from different parts of the world. The Telegram groups, the Signal groups, the WhatsApp groups are increasing bigger and bigger and bigger, and it's very fast, the changes. And we are working right now to unite all these groups in the same place and to take the action together, because we are stronger together.
Yeah, absolutely. And as people are listening and they wanted to perhaps join or be part of some of these groups, where would you recommend someone starts to move themselves and support actively a better future? What can you do as an individual? What could somebody like myself do?
Well, my suggestion is I can avoid the injustice, as it is very pain. The war is in pain, and I suppose all the people are feeling this. My suggestion is search in the web and look for there are a lot of communities. Which one? The more local, near to your home, you can be part, and you can help also in your neighbor, also with your family, with your friends. You can create also a new one, because we are creating a lot of communities and working together and involved. And the objective is to involve more and more people to realize that we need to change the toxic system in we are living right now. Yes, the web is all the technology, the information is running in the web. We are overwhelmed with a lot of information, but instead to read the newspapers, we need to read communities and organizations and join there and read and be part, involved in your home with a paper, with whatever are your expertise.
You've been in this community motivating, for I think for quite a while. Do you feel it's getting better? Do you think that we're moving to a better place? Because sometimes if you watch the news, which I don't, I try not to. If you watch the news, of course they sell fear, uncertainty, and doubt and horror. Not all the news, but majority. Are we getting better?
Totally agree with you. I decided since 5 months ago that I didn't read and I don't read any newspapers, but we are. It's the same that I say to you. We need to create a collective narrative together, and we, as a common human beings, we can put the best news and the good story to inspire others in the public opinion, because right now all the people are connected, all can see the YouTube channel, Vimeo, well, a lot of apps that we have, and Instagram also, Facebook also, a lot of them, and we can create the new future, creating a collective narrative, share our stories as a human beings, and how can we solve this together? This is, in my opinion, the way. And I am seeing that we can create it. I am working on that, and a lot of people are very committed with this. Yes.
And what I personally have also been seeing is people are more hungry for positive news. And there's one I just looked up on a WhatsApp group that I'm in, one of my communities, trying to make the world a better place. It's called informationisbeautiful.net. And basically anything that's fact-based and data-based that shows that the world is beautiful and life is beautiful, they publish it there. So it's informationisbeautiful.net. It's super cool.
Wow.
And there's also another channel called, I think, Goodable, that I'm subscribed on Facebook. And all they do is publish positivity. So something I did myself early on in Corona time and COVID time is I created a Facebook group called Corona Spring. Which is simply for and I've since reused the name for something more business oriented, but that's simply a place where I invited my community, when they see a positive reaction or a positive story during this crisis, just post it there, and it's a source of positivity and joy. So I'll put that link in this as well, and I would be delighted if you contribute to that as well. But
thank you.
I am seeing that the people. Maybe it's because the information is traveling faster and people become more aware that they're becoming less tolerant for this, as you called it, toxic structure.
Violence.
This toxic structure with the violence. I like what you said about the collective narrative that we need to develop for the future, because what I'm missing is the picture for the future, So if we believe toxicity and violence is not the way, and peace is the way, okay, what does that actually mean? It's because I don't know. I would love it if we roll forward 20 years and we're having a different conversation about that. And so when you mention violence a lot, what do you mean? What is the violence that you're fighting against?
The oppression, because the power oppress people, and also each other as a human beings. We don't realize, but hurt people and also oppress people, and we need to wake up and to realize that we need to be conscious that also the privilege system. Well, the violence, in my opinion, is the most important problem because the George Floyd, is in front of our eyes. I can't not tolerate this. This is so hard, but
I need to say something because the public opinion and the people are forgetting that this discrimination and this violence occurs all the time with women, with children.
Yeah.
And they cannot defend it because they don't know their rights. We need to educate people to know their rights, to stand up for their rights, create a new constitution, a universal constitution, and educate all the people to stand up for our rights and create us the future we want to create. Not the politician, not other power, not push away. Here, responsible, the people.
I think we have to start with ourselves. It's and I think many times I shared with you just before we started the actual discussion that there's a very special project that I've been fortunate enough to support. It's the movie Silence Undone, the short film about Linda, who is a brave, inspirational lady who was abused as a child. Had the bravery to speak out about it, and later, has had, fortunately, because of her growth and openness and changing herself, and realizing what happened to her when she was a child did not define her, is now has a very healthy adult relationships, and then she had the further bravery to tell that in the form of film. And I think that's just so inspirational, to have the courage to do that, and then stand out on stage and say, "Hey, this happened to me. This doesn't define me." My hope is that touches not only people who perhaps have been abused themselves, but maybe also abusers, to say, to reflect on this is not okay, or families that maybe aren't physically abusive, but maybe mentally or emotionally, and talk about it. Have that dialogue and seek help. So in your role as a politician and a influencer of communities, how can we engage in that kind of meaningful dialogue to create that narrative for the future? What are the steps we can go through?
Yes, first of all, let me to say to you, thank you, because this is a way to show the people the story that we can change it. We can invest in our mental health to live a better life. Also with our trauma of the past. And I would like to meet Linda because it's so inspired, this story, and we need to put these kind of stories as a film or in the media or in the YouTube channels, in all the social media, to educate the people at the same time that George Floyd, to take the conversation, to start to conversate about this, to first of all to realize that this exists, is more common than we think, in all the communities, in all the countries, in the rich people, also in the poor people, in the middle class, in the working class, happen this, unfortunately. And yes, in my view, is the same. We need to put this conversation in all the public opinion, to involve people, to help through the community. Yes, this is my view. But thank you for create this film, because this is the way to wake up people.
Well, I only had a very small role as a mentor. Magdalena is the producer. She's a young lady living in the Netherlands from Poland. Linda, based here, and they came to some of the established film community and said, "Help us with this." And I was impressed at how people essentially volunteered to do that. And then there was actually a crowdfunding campaign that they were going to postpone because of Corona, but then they realized they had heard through their channels that like the abuse hotlines were basically going off the hook there, up 50% during this Corona time. And so then they made the decision to put the movie out there in the crowdfunding, and it hit 100% on the first day. It was, so people are wanting to support, wanting to help. It ended up at like 250% or something. And what they're wanting to do with that money is not, this isn't a profit motive. It's, hey, okay, so now we have a couple €1,000. Let's figure out how can we distribute the film. Because the whole mission is to get that film widely as possible. So maybe you have ideas how we can share that in Argentina or through your communities
in Latin America.
Yeah, that's what we need is and it's not just that film. It's any movement. I think small movement like this film or giant movement like Black Lives Matters. How do you myself as a white male, it's almost impossible for me to actually understand the privilege that I have. But I also realize that I can't understand it. And so that realization also motivates me to help in little ways. And I think, for me, that's where it starts, is to understand that I don't know how privileged I am. I just literally can't comprehend it because I'm not missing what I don't have. And I don't know how to overcome that dilemma in humanity in order for us to collectively say, hey, we want to move forward. So, I'm enjoying this conversation. So what is next for you? What is your plan moving forward in order to stimulate the dialogue for a better future?
Yes, I am working in a big community. The name is World Future Society. I invite you if you want to be part, and also all the people who are interested. And we are creating first the vision to show the people that we right now can live in this future. And when you can show the people that we are living in this new future, you inspire to more people to live there and to create together. And I am working on this, and I had an amazing experience because all the people love to be volunteer. Do you know the volunteer? No one pay you to be volunteer, and you pay with your time. And the time, in my opinion, is the most important resource today, and it's the new money. Because I don't know, what do you think? After that, I prefer to know your vision, but the love is the time that you invest in some person, in some people. And when you invest time, you are loving, because it's the most precious that you have. Your time, your life is short. And when you share time with others, when you share your time as a volunteer without income, without money, and put your heart in the table and embrace all the community and the conflict also in order to transform it, this is beautiful. This is beautiful because we as human beings are not perfect, and also we have conflict, and these conflicts are so important to embrace it and to transform the society. And in my opinion, this is the way.
Nice. So that's going to be the theme, the continued theme for your next 12 months, 24 months. This is going to be your path. This is your work.
Yes, my work. This is my work every day, because I am very committed, and I do this with my heart and my passion, and I love this. But in my opinion, 12 months and 24 months is too much. We need to create a mass mobilization in all the entire work. I am working to lead the mass mobilization in all the entire work. And because of this, I am trying to unite these important communities around the world, and the locals also, all of them. But I am seeing that we had to do this year.
This year, great. And
What
is the movement that you mentioned called the World First Society? Is that what you meant?
This is World Future Society. You can put in Google World Future Society, and it's an app, and also you can read a lot of papers about them. And maybe if you want, next week or the other, I can share with you here the way to involve people, because I am working
personally, I am leading a special team about the growth, the personal growth, and to empower people like Linda to put your mental health and your body health and your spiritual health in your priority. And yes, it's so interesting.
Beautiful. So that's worldfuture.org, I think. Yeah. So
yes.
Yeah. Nice.
Yes.
Okay. And how can people support that?
Yes,
how can they be involved?
You can download the app first, and you can add there in this space. We are sharing our experience, our stories. We are working specifically to create a future. It's World Future Society. Yeah. This app and this organization is open to all, and we are creating the future. And it's an amazing experience. An amazing experience.
Beautiful.
And yes.
I will put the link into the notes of this so people can find it. And also, are there other ways that they can find you? Because I know you're on LinkedIn, but is there other ways that they can reach out to you and learn more about your activities?
My activities is in Instagram, Joanna Picetti, Twitter, Joanna Picetti, and LinkedIn. And maybe if you want it next week or the other, we have another notice to invite people to create a mass mobilization.
There's an announcement coming. Is that what you said?
Yes.
Oh, can you tease me?
Yes.
Can you tease me a little what the announcement is?
Yes. We are working in movement of movements to collect all the movements together in the same time and space. We are working with artists from all over the world because we need to unite the artists with the science.
Yep.
And I am working on that. And maybe the next week or the other, yes, I will be able to invite and to involve more and more people in this. Yes, okay, I am so honored. Yes.
Well, I really look forward to that. So also the World Future Society is worldfuture.org. Looks like people can sign up to there for the newsletter, and there's also some programs where you can join and support financially as well. So really, really great stuff. So is there anything else you'd like to share before we wrap up with people? Maybe a closing motivational question or challenge?
Yes. We always have to believe in ourselves. We need to know our rights, stand up for our rights, defend people, be human with each other, create love and compassion in all of your works. And yes, we need you. We need you. We need all the people in the entire world doing the same to share love and compassion and to create a new future together.
Right. Well, and we need you too. So thank you for what you're doing, and thank you for challenging, and thank you for inspiring and connecting. So great. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you for joining and being so open on this. I appreciate it.
The same to you and your film. I am eager to watch it. Yes.
Right.
Thank you, Chris. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Well, bye. Have a nice day.
So I will stop there. So that's the end of the podcast. That was fun. Thank you for the openness and the energy.
I love you. You are you inspire me because I am so tired and I say, oh no, my gosh, I don't have energy to put here. But yes,
you found energy somehow. You found it.
I don't know where.
Yeah. So tell me more about the announcement, because you have is it like a World Future announcement?
Yes, I am not ready to share, but I am working also with the different projects from Extinction Rebellion, Sunrise Movement, 350.org, Amazon Watch, Friday for Future, Greenpeace. Also, we are the Burning Man projects that I am working on that, because maybe the next week I can be the opportunity to present my project, and they are support me to lead the mass mobilization. And yes, it's for me, I don't know how right now, but I am seeing that this is very close to us.
Yeah, thank you so much. We'll go get some rest.
Thank you. Bye-bye, Chris.
Thank you.
Learn more at ebillion.com/podcast.